Welcome to day 5 of 7 Days of Ancestral Wisdom. I'm Rebecca, the creative Wishing Witch, and I hold the threshold between worlds as a sovereign guide through life's transitions and the liminal space between the living, the dead, and the divine. This transmission is created on the 17th of April. The resonance of what comes through is not limited to this day. Whenever these words find you, this message is for you, right now in the moment that you are listening. Today is a Metal Rooster Initiate day. The Aries New Moon is in the sky, igniting the Aries stellium. It meets Chiron, where the wound around identity and the right to exist as you are begins to shift into the ground of a new beginning. What was revealed now becomes something you can work with. Mercury meets Neptune in Aries. Intuition moves ahead of logic. What comes through may not arrive with explanation, but it carries its own knowing. This is a day to trust what lands before the mind has a chance to take it apart. Today is a pure yin metal day. Where yang metal yesterday carried the forceful energy of the axe, yin metal reflects the Venusian qualities of a finely polished surface, a mirror showing what's right in front of you with precision. Discernment matters here. What you set in motion at this new moon will take root as the season shifts. The seeds you plant today carry weight. And that is where the ancestors begin. If you know Harry Potter, you will know the Mirror of Erised. Harry discovers a mirror hidden in an unused classroom. When he stands in front of it, he does not see himself as he is. He sees what he most deeply longs for. For Harry, that's his parents, alive, present, looking back at him with love. He returns to that mirror night after night, drawn back to it because what it shows him feels more real, more complete than anything in his life. When Dumbledore eventually finds him there, he says, the happiest man alive could look in the mirror and see only himself exactly as he is. The mirror shows us not what it is, but what we most want. And men have wasted away in front of it, not knowing whether what they see is real or even possible, never being driven to do anything because they have what they want right there in front of them. It does no good to dwell on dreams and forget to live. The Mirror of Erised is not a trick or a trap. It is a reflection of longing, the gap between where you are and where you most want to be. When it is right and aligned, desire is the seed of vision, and that can pull you forward and guide you. But when you stay there for too long, it stops being a vision and starts becoming a fantasy. The image becomes more desirable than the reality of what it would actually take to get there. And before you know it, the image becomes something you live inside instead of something you move towards. The ancestors bring this mirror through today, because on a day of initiation, you are required to see yourself clearly. Not only the vision of where you are going, but where you are now. Because there are two ways to get lost in the mirror. Some of you are standing in front of a future you can already feel. You see it clearly. You know something about it is yours. But you return to the image instead of moving towards creating it. You stay with the feeling of it because it is easier to hold than the discomfort of what it takes to bring it to form. And then there are also those of you who are looking at something else entirely different. You are looking at the past, at what was, at what you thought it would be, at a version of yourself that existed before something changed. And the pull you feel is not asking you to move forward, it is asking you to turn back. The ancestors are very clear on this. Even the dead do not live in the past. They are present fully and completely in the now. They are here in this moment, watching you move through life. And when you stay anchored in what has already passed, you are holding yourself in a place they and the ones who are still living are no longer in. This is what yin metal is asking of you, to look without distortion, to see what is actually in front of you, not the image that you want to hold, and not the one that you cannot let go of, but just you, just as you are now. If there is grief, let it move. Grief that is allowed to move does not hold you back. It makes room for what comes next in your initiation. What you plant today will only take root if it is grounded in where you actually are. Seeds planted in the past do not grow there. Seeds held only as a fantasy do not take root either. What grows is what is placed into the ground with clear eyes, steady presence, and a willingness to move with it with bold courage. Sit with this today. When you look into the mirror, what do you see? Is it something you are moving towards, or something you are still holding on to? Is there grief that has not yet been allowed to move? And what are you choosing to place into the ground today? The happiest man alive would look in the mirror and see only himself exactly as he is. Not because nothing has been lost or because nothing is desired, but because he is here, fully present with what is real. That is what this initiation is asking of you, to see yourself clearly, to let what is present move through you, and from that ground to take the next step. The ground is ready. The question is, are you?